So now I'm going to move on to a slightly different example. In this case, I'm going to start out, I know this angle and I know this. And so I'm going to start out trying to find this length here. I'm going to call this length here Z. And I'm going to say that if I think about what this angle is, and I'm going to work these two out. Okay, so I'm after this angle Z, and I know that tan theta is equal to my opposite over my adjacent. So this is going to be tan theta is opposite over my adjacent. And so in this case, I know that the tan of 46.2 is equal to Z, which is the one I'm trying to find out, divided by 11.39. Which, if we calculate that through, just a little bit of rearranging, Z is equal to 11.39 multiplied by the tan of 46.2, and so Z is equal to 11.88 centimetres. So I know this length here now. I can also very easily work out this angle here, because my angles in a triangle are 180 degrees, and so I have 180 minus 90 minus 46.2. I'm just going to call this here the angle A, and so A is equal to 43.8 degrees. So now I know everything about this first triangle. And what's more, because I can think of this here as a big triangle, I'm just going to draw this on in a different colour. Just to go around the outside here, I have this great big triangle. It's broken down into two, but I've got one great big triangle. And so what I can do is I can work out this length here very simply, because now I can work out just Pythagoras on this big triangle here. So I can also do Pythagoras here. I'm going to start out with the great big one though, and so I'm going to say that if I call this here length y, y is equal to, I need to sum these two, so this is going to be 17.28 plus 11.39 in a bracket, and I'm going to square the whole lot, plus, sorry, y squared is equal to this, plus z squared, which I said was 11.88 squared. So if I work that out, I end up with here y is equal to the square root of 963.2609, however many stick figures I want to carry, but that gives me that y is equal to 31.03 centimetres. So I know this length here. And again, just from Pythagoras, I'm going to call this here length x. And if I take this smaller triangle, I know this length and I know this length, and so I can work out x. So x squared is equal to 11.39 squared plus 11.88 squared. And so, oh sorry, y here. And so x squared is equal to 270.9316, somewhere around there, And so if I take the square root of that, that's 16.46 centimetres. So I know this length here. So I know quite a lot about this. I know all my lengths in this now, and I just need to work out my angles. If I know the whole sides, all these sides of this triangle, I can work out the angles very, very simply. So I'm going to work out this angle here. I'm going to call this angle here B. And so I'm going to say that B is equal to, or rather, sorry, I'm going to say that the tan of B, I could have gone sine or any of them, the tan of B is equal to this length Z, opposite over adjacent, so 11.88 divided by 17.28 plus 11.39. And so if I were to work that out, tan B is equal to 0.414, or B is equal to 22.5 degrees. So here I know this angle. And finally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this angle, this whole angle here, I'm going to call this one phi. And so I'm going to say that phi is equal to 180 minus 90, because it's a right angled triangle, minus 22.5. So the whole of this angle here is equal to 67.5 degrees. And because this is split up, I know what A is. This is 43.8. So if I call this one here C, so basically phi is equal to A plus C, or C is equal to phi minus A, which is equal to phi is 67.5 and A is 43.8, and that means C is equal to 23.7 degrees. So that's that. And finally, this one here, I'm kind of running out of room. I'm just going to squeeze this on D. If this is a straight line, which we've assumed, D is equal to 180 minus 46.2, which is equal to 133.8 degrees. And I can check that with just adding these three together. So if I add together 133.8 plus 23.7 plus 22.5, I come out with 180, so that's just a good check. So this is two worked examples of trigonometry questions. I hope they help, and if you have any more questions, just please ask.